Canada's central bank does not hold any gold.
Yep.
Do you know why? And what does it mean for a country that does not hold gold?
I don't actually know why they decided to divest themselves of the rest of the gold. What it means for a country, I mean, Great Britain did the same kind of thing. And then they were very sorry that they did it afterwards, and they took a lot of heat. So what does it mean for a country that does not hold gold? It means that they will not remain autonomous as we go through all of this. We can look at the countries that are right now rapidly accumulating gold, like China and Russia and India and Kazakhstan, et cetera, et cetera. And we can also see where the fault lines are between countries that are taking sides. And really what it means, if you don't hold gold and the global fiat money system hyperinflates away, whoever does hold the gold, number one, can have the wealth transfer their way, but they're the ones that hold power and choice. And we all see that there is a shifting of power from the West, the US, etc., to the East, China, India, Russia, the BRICS nations, etc. So what it means is that they just won't hold any power. That's actually what it means, whoever doesn't have gold.
Whether you believe in gold or you don't believe in gold, this is the primary currency metal. And when they do those overnight resets, they take this that has no intrinsic value and they revalue it based on how much of this they've printed to the gold. It is a true portfolio diversifier. You want to take some risk? Okay, you do whatever you're comfortable with. That's what everybody needs to do. But quite honestly, have a foundation of real money that is outside of the system, that is in your possession. Because regardless of your perception, if you don't hold it, you don't own it. So, I really have a whole mantra to it, because, people will say, well, you can't eat gold. Well, you're not eating this either, but you'll be able to convert. Well, I use silver for barterability, but you want to be as secure as possible and independent. So food, water, energy, security, barterability, wealth preservation, community, and shelter. These are the things that we need to make sure are secure and surrounding us. And maybe community is the single most important part of that, because one person can't do everything. But you really need to be as independent as possible, because if all your money is held in the system and this dollar goes away, then you are completely dependent and you lose all your choices.
What people don't realize is that everything has a life cycle, and currencies are no different than that. And there are recognizable patterns that we can see all along the way, but there is not one doubt in my mind. First of all, officially, there's roughly 3 cents in purchasing power left out of the currencies, out of the original dollar's worth of purchasing power. So what happens when you get to zero? You have to go negative, they have to take your principal. And haven't they been testing that since 2009? But for one thing, people have the assumption that when they make a deposit, that's their money, but it's not. When you make a deposit, legally, you are loaning your money to the bank. And in 1995, they enacted Regulation D, which legalized and enabled the banks to sweep your deposits into sub-accounts that are in the bank's name, and then use that as collateral for loans. And, frankly, most of the revenue that the banks generate right now is trading revenue, according to the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency. So that just enabled them to reduce their reserves and to use your money to gamble with. You don't even realize it because it's invisible.
Gold holds or heads for second monthly rise on U.S. banking turmoil. It is truly a safe haven asset because it is the only asset, the only financial asset that runs no counterparty risk, is a proven inflation hedge, gold held at home. But that's enough. It is truly a safe haven asset. Dollars? Look, the treasury market is falling apart. These dollars, these things that are spit out, the more they do that, the less value they have. They have virtually, officially, no value left. And they have no tools to regulate the rate and speed of that inflation. They're trying by raising rates, but they're raising them, they're creating a crisis, and then what are they going to do? They're going to lower them again, and they're going to do this. They have no tools. That's why I've been telling you this for a long time, because I knew since 2008, it's over. It's done. The party's over.
And remember now, right now, central banks are raising interest rates to fight the inflation that they caused by their reckless money printing, right? Absolutely. And, and by the way, even though this says this is prop money, what are the ones that are issued by the governments? It's garbage. Right. Gold is real money, right? Everything else is just an imitation of it. But what we're seeing in the banking system is as they raise the interest rates, the system is falling apart because it's really been based upon a never-ending compounding of debt. And so the interest rates have been in a steady decline since the early 80s, and now they're anchored at zero. And central banks, when they tried to raise the rates in 2016, it was a big fat fail into 2019, wasn't it? They tried to raise the rates and then they couldn't. They dropped them all the way down. Now, with what they've done with interest rates, we've actually broken that, 40, 50-year trend line? That's significant. Anytime there is a pattern shift, you don't even have to understand what that means, right? But when there's a pattern shift, what that's telling you is that there is change afoot. And the bigger that pattern shift is, the greater the change that's coming.